We're finally getting near the tail end of a volatile housing market. But was the housing market as volatile in the month of November for Linden? Or were things a little bit on the calmer side? Well, we're going to discuss that and much more right after this. Hi, this is Camille, local real estate agent. Always wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching my video on Linden's real estate housing market for November 2022. Like I said, this year definitely has been a little bit, we definitely have that going on. But, it was interesting to take a look at some key numbers in Linden for the month of November. So we're going to roll into those right now. Number one is that the number of days on market jumped up quite a bit from 1 year ago. The average days on market for the month of November was 54 days. Last year, it was only 34 days. So that is almost a 55% jump from 1 year ago. In the video momentarily, I'm going to actually go in front of my computer screen and you're going to see there was definitely one that really messed up the numbers, but there's definitely a couple of other homes that stayed on the market a little bit longer than what has typically been the pattern in town. So we're going to table this conversation until a few minutes from now. Let's talk about the second item. Number two is that although there was not as much of a change in the number of new listings that entered the market compared to 1 year ago, it still could not close the inventory shortage gap. This year, 23 homes came on the market. This was down from 26 from 1 year ago. So there's about an 11% decrease from 1 year ago. But even though it was just a couple of homes, it still couldn't really help stabilize the lack of inventory from 1 year ago in Linden. Last year, there were 71 homes on the market. This year, only 42 in the month of November, and that is a 41% drop from 1 year ago. The third key number is that the average sales price in town really was not much different from 1 year ago. This year, the average sales price for a home in the month of November was $467,500. This is compared to 1 year ago where that number was $470,000. So a very minuscule change. But where you do still see things are trending very well is the year-to-date comparison from 1 year ago. Last year, the average sales price for a home through November was $395,000. This year, it is $450,000. So that is a significant, almost a 14% jump from 1 year ago. And Linden is still performing very well and is on the higher end of communities in Union County for percentage increase from 1 year ago on the average sales price of a home in town. Now, as I stated, we're going to go in front of my computer screen, take a look to see what is going on with some of these closed sales in the month of November. Hey guys, so we're currently in front of my computer screen. A couple of months ago, I did something similar in one of my other videos where we went in front of the computer screen so I could show you some key numbers. And I thought this time it would be a good time to do it, focus on especially the closed sales in Linden for the past month. So we are right in front of my computer screen so I can show you what's happening more or less in real time. So we're looking at properties in Linden sold in the month of November. So we're going to go ahead and hit that search button and 28 properties are going to show up. Just to let you know, this list, I did not separate condominiums and townhomes out of it. So there are going to be a couple of condos and townhomes showing up on this list, but we're going to more or less look past those and really focus on some of the single family properties. So once we go past those first couple there, I do want to point out to you these last two columns. These last two columns in particular, I think, are really telling for what's going on in town. So let's go ahead and focus on those. First one is this SP to LP percentage. So that's the list price to sales price percentage. It discusses how much a house has sold above or underneath its asking amount. Another key number is DOM, so how many days a house was on the market until it went under contract. So let's go ahead and just take a look. So I find it interesting. Just like Hillside, which video I do rather regularly, some of these properties, there's really no correlation between how much a house has sold above or under asking and how many days it was on the market. So let's go ahead and let's point out a couple of big numbers and I'll explain to you. Typically what you're going to see is homes that have been on the market longer usually give a concession on their list amount, and the homes that have been on the market the shortest amount of time usually go well above their ask amount. But like I said, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of homes where this really is interesting. Just to give you a heads up, the average days on market, as I stated before, really jumped up in the month of November to an average of 54 days on the market. And I think you're going to see why in 2 seconds it jumped up so significantly higher. And before we get to that property, let's, like I said, focus on a couple properties. So, like for example, this one that was on line number 4 on Main Street sold at its ask amount, full ask amount, and it was on the market for 70 days. So for it to be well above its, the average days on market for what was happening in town, to still get its full ask amount is interesting to me. You will also see right here, another perfect example, 53 Pallant Avenue sold 22,000 under its ask amount. So that's 6% less than its ask amount. Was under contract in 4 days. So, interesting. Of course, this is the big whopper one right here, line number 14 on Monmouth Avenue, half duplex that was on the market for over a year, but still received its full ask amount. Fascinating to me. I'm going to click into it. Let's just see. I want to see if there's some further information that we are missing out on. Unfortunately, my computer is not wanting to click into it at this moment, so I'll keep on going. Let me see another one that stands out right here. On North Stiles, 501 North Stiles Street, sold under its asking, about 17,000 under its asking amount, but still was under contract in 18 days. Look at 69 days for these two half duplexes, sold above their asking amount. This is what typically happens. This one right here on Summit Street sold 60,000 under its ask amount. So that's over 10% underneath its ask amount in 129 days. That's what you typically see. A pattern of it's been on the market for so long, the seller's making concession. This month, like I said, you're really seeing things go all over the place. So I find that to be quite interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing if this pattern continues moving forward. And there you have it, just a brief overview of what's going on in Linden's housing market for November 2022. If you have any questions or need any additional assistance with either buying or selling the home in Linden, I would love to help you out. Please feel free to reach out to me as my contact information is below. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that button, the subscribe button right underneath, and then make sure you check me out on my other social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, I'm on all those things. So that information is going to be popping up as well. And guys, I hope you have a great day, week, and I definitely look forward to doing next month because I think I might do an annual year in review. Yeah, we're going to do a year in review for 2022. I like how that sounds. So I'm looking forward to going ahead and doing deep diving into what's happened in Linden for the year 2022. Otherwise, like I said, have a great day, week, and I look forward to speaking to you next month. Take care.